Now, you need to be very, 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 very careful when you're coming off a diet, and because when you eat till you're full, it can lead to gain all the weight back. Unfortunately, I'm going to explain why. It's something called post-diet hyperphagia. I actually just realized it was called this. I knew it existed the whole time. I just didn't know the name of it. If you're on a weight loss program right now, it's something you need to be very careful of, especially if you've been on a long-term weight loss program. After a calorie deficit, like I said, especially after a long or aggressive one, your body wants to restore that lost weight as fast as possible. This is why people rebound after a diet. So you lose so much weight in a short amount of time, and then you gain it all back. It's so common. So if it's happened to you, don't worry, it's completely normal. There are ways around it, but I'm just going to explain why it does happen. So with diet hyperphagia, what happens is your leptin drops. Leptin is a hormone which controls your hunger, and when your leptin, you say, drops, you just feel constantly hungry, like all the time. You can eat like much food, you still feel hungry all the time because your leptin has dropped. Leptin is very important in controlling your hunger. Now, over time, your leptin will like rise again. But the problem is, it rises like very slowly. So by the time you've realized that your leptin has risen and that you're no longer feeling hungry all the time, you've already gained 10 kg, 20 kg back, which is why you have to be very careful when coming off a diet. The thing that happens is your body's basically your body thinks that it's being starved when it's actually not. So what it will do is try and get back to its original weight because it thinks that it's being starved. And so it's going to basically send the signal to your brain to eat more food because it thinks it's starving when it's really not. There's increased cravings. You get cravings, even like a taste of like a high calorie dense food like a cookie, and your brain will just go more. So yeah, another reason why you need to be careful with eating sugary foods, especially when coming off a diet phase. Finally, your adaptations which have happened, they reverse. So yeah, that's why very careful when coming off a diet. So why is this relevant to this video? Well, because of this post-diet hyperphagia, even though I was eating till I was full, I was gaining weight like rapidly. I wasn't actually tracking my weight over time, but I realized it afterwards. And yeah, that is partly because it's hyperphagia, as in I'd been in a calorie deficit for so long, maybe like a year plus, maybe 2 years almost, that when I finally got that diet phase, and because I didn't have any guidance, I ate till I was full, thinking that was a normal thing to do, but in actual fact, I was just gaining loads of weight over time.